Hey guys, so welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Total Annihilation Kingdoms. I apologize for the sound in the gameplay portion of this video. My microphone wasn't really positioned as optimally as it could be. It isn't. So the sound's a little bit more echoey than it had to be, but it's not actually that bad, so I went ahead and decided just to stick with it. Anyway, the first mission is Unseen Hands.
Taros learns of a devastating secret weapon the Alchemist Guild is developing for Ahriman. King Loken was adamant that the invasion force take swift action.
We direct our personal assassin, Mirazi Heket, to seek out the Lord High Alchemist in the Kingdom of Ahriman with pointed direction to his demise. I have sent an object you may find of some use, a ring of invisibility. O Belial, God of the Void, bring painful death to our enemies. Loken, Necromancer of Taros.
Well guys, welcome back. We have another mission for Taros. This time we're trying to assassinate an alchemist who is helping them develop some sort of new devastating weapon. Not sure what it is. Well, I know what it is, but we're not entirely sure from a game, from the story mode standpoint. So what we have to do is we have to use cloaking to enter the city directly to the north. Watch your personal mana supply. When it runs out, you're visible. Sneak around and find the head alchemist and eliminate him. Exit the city using the road to the northeast. Alright, so we're only given this one character, this Mirazi Heket. I think that's what it is, Mirazi Heket. And he's an assassin unit, so it's a ranged unit, kind of like an archer. I think he throws a knife, and relatively weak health, not much HP, but it does do extra damage. It does a lot of damage compared to some of the other characters. Now this is new. We haven't used any abilities yet. Various units can do special things with their mana supply, and sometimes you can control what they do, or you can tell them to do a specific type of attack or something like that. In this guy's case, he's an assassin and he can cloak. So we're just going to run in here and see what we can find. So there's some guys here you want to very carefully move. If you get too close to one of the soldiers, you will... If you get too close to one of the soldiers, you will become uncloaked. It's not like you can... it's not like in some other games that they'll stay cloaked if they attack or whatever. That's not how cloak works in this one, unfortunately. So if I get too close to one, or if I do an attack, I will become uncloaked. So I kind of know where he is already. He's sort of to the right here a little bit. Yeah, I think this is where he is. So if I hit him, he's dead, and I will be uncloaked for a short time. Can I make it? Come on. Okay, I recloaked. Woof. That was pretty close. I didn't have much health there. Alright, so what they said is I had to get to... I needed to leave via the road up here. Oops. I think I made it, guys. Yep, not too hard at all. So yeah, that was a pretty easy mission. The missions, the abilities of the units in this game aren't... Typically, they're just, better types of attacks, and that's it. The cloaking in this game isn't very useful, other than this one mission, because you can't stay cloaked while you're attacking. So it really serves no purpose. Considering that it's just such a big, mostly a Zerg rushing type, or you just send as many guys as you can constantly. It's just like a little bit of sneakiness isn't really usually all that valuable. So yeah, not too important for that. All right, Nightmare Legions.
The Nightmare Legions of Taros continue to take their toll on Ahriman. There appears to be nothing that can stop Locken's hellish menagerie from beyond the grave.
Alright, so we just finished that Hecate mission, and it really wasn't that hard or even that interesting. You just go in. The first time I did that mission with Hecate, it was kind of challenging, actually, because I didn't know exactly what I was doing, and I didn't know where he was, and I kept getting too close to the patrols, and they kept getting me. But when you know how to do it, it's not that hard. You just run in, kill them, and then run away, and hope they don't hit you enough times to kill you. Alright, so we're getting back to a regular mission. This is basically just destroy everything. Use Loken to build a well-fortified base. Send your newly summoned troops to the south. Wipe out all Ahriman presence. Expect heavy resistance. Keep Loken alive. Well, we're going to go ahead and see how this goes. First thing I'm going to do is get one of those. Then we're going to build a cabal. It's basically like any other strategy game. One of the things I'm going to do... Ooh, that's an annoying sound. Right! So we got our Black Knights here. I'm going to explore with them a little bit. Oh, yeah. You can see that Fire Spout can cloak as well. Like, this has the cloaking ability in addition. One of the odd things about... Get 2 Masons, and then we're going to start making zombies. One of the things interesting about that Merezi Hecate guy is he's an assassin unit. The thing is about assassins is that's actually an Ahriman unit. Like, you build that unit from an Ahriman building. So it's kind of interesting that they had a Taros use that, you know what I mean? Let's see here. Well, there are wild beasts and stuff around, so I want to definitely get some zombies just to do some protection here. I'm building this caged demon here in case I get an attack, just to make sure that if I send a lot of units out elsewhere, I don't get killed. But what we need to do is find additional lodestones. The more lodestones you have, the more units you can make. What's going on here? Ooh. Got my lodestone here. That sound indicates your monarch's under attack. Yeah, so there already is a much heavier resistance. Fortunately, it doesn't take too long to solve that issue. I'm going to go ahead and build another one of these cage demons right here. Now, where was I? Yes, I was looking for more lodestones. I think this game speed is pretty good. It was a little bit fast before, I think. Alright, we got plenty of zombies here. Let's go ahead and sort of send them out, see what's up down there. Do some exploring. Now, where did my other... Here he is. don't you go and make this here. More lodestones. I'm gonna go ahead. I want another 2 of those. Now zombies do suck, but they're cheap. So it's they can provide a decent distraction for a little while. Yeah, you can see how bad zombies are. They were basically wrecked. Really, really hard by that. Let's see. Expect heavy resistance, huh? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make some of these mages towers. Mage's Tower is pretty good. We're gonna send some zombies here. Just to be a little bit safer on that.
I'll be there.
And I have an idea for this as well. If I wall it off, they won't be able to get in here. I can't do it because he's standing in the way. If I wall this off, they're not going to be able to get in there, and they're not going to be able to get in there and mess with it. Oops. And they won't attack a wall unless there's something like they might try to attack something beyond the wall, but they won't attack the wall itself. So we'll just build that wall and hope that that keeps everything safe. I'm going to do a new rally point down here so they stand in front of my mage's tower. Now these mage's towers are pretty good actually. They will do a lot of damage. Let's see, is there anything else? I want to do a little bit more because I think there's going to be some lodestones over there I'm going to want to get. So, like I said before, Taros has 3 different types of buildings they can do. So I'm going to see each mission you get sort of new things that you can get. New units. Like, is there any new units here? Not really, but that's not really a surprise either. Come on, Loken, come help him out. Oop. A fair number of zombies this time. Got him that time.
I'll be there.
I hear some like neutral units up there, these wolves. There's some. Oh. Those wolves are there, which will attack your units. And they're neutral, they're not actually a part of anything, but I want to send a Dark Mason there to build some more lodestones. Build this one and then go here, I guess. You can't select to build anything on where you have no storage yet. Looks like we found their base. So why don't we go ahead and make a lot of these guys this time, these birds. Those are always fun to make. We'll also go ahead and see what kind of stuff we can get from the temple. This is their high, so this is the medium tier, this abyss. This is the low tier, and then the temple is the high tier. And I've got so many zombies, it might do it just with zombies. send these zombies into the base. What's going on here? Oh man. We're attacking pretty hard there, I'll admit. So what can we build here? We can build a Lich. We'll build one of them. I'm not a super fan of the Lich. They're kind of useful against really concentrated units. They could do a kind of... I'll just show you real quick. I'll attack this tree. It doesn't work. Attack him. So you can see what the Lich does. It sort of sends out that nova of stuff. So maybe I'll make like 6 Liches or something like that. I don't need a whole lot of those. Go ahead and send some more zombies out maybe. Go down here this time. See what's out there. So we're using a little bit more mana than we're taking in. So that's not entirely great because that's not really that great since we are going to deplete our mana pool and we won't be able to build anything really fast. So let's do some patrolling with our iron beaks. The egg bomb. It's always better to explore with flying units. You can see a lot more of the map that way. So what's over here? I think this is a job for iron beaks. What do you think? They're kind of like bombers. We'll just let them go like that for now. We're gonna build some more lodestones. Always good to have more lodestones. Alright. I want to send my... Oh, I didn't select them. I want to send my iron beaks up here. And because I probably have a fair force now. Maybe we'll go ahead and use the iron beaks to soften them up. If I was being really strategic, I wouldn't send the iron beaks in first. I'd wait for the other units to get there, but I don't really care, honestly. Let's get this. Yep, they don't have enough air defense. The licks don't do a whole lot of damage, or the liches don't do a whole lot of damage. But, they do, unless there's a whole lot of units. Like, if you have a concentration of liches, and there's a whole lot of their guys concentrated around each other, that tends to work pretty well. It's not my strategy of choice usually, but it's okay. What are you guys doing? Darn it. Alright, let's see what else is here. There must be something else. must be like a stray unit around somewhere. Just keep them patrolling. We don't need any more zombies. Oh, that's where it is. So my Iron Beaks are doing pretty well. You can see they have that gold decorations or whatever. There's sneaky builders all around here. Is that them? No. There's somebody somewhere. This is probably it. Very good. Yeah, so it's not too much trouble. Pretty simple. Just build a whole bunch of units, send them in, kill everything. That's how most of these missions go, honestly. It's only... the AI on this game is actually really not very good at all. I'll be perfectly honest. The only reason later missions are harder is just because they start with so many more buildings and defensive towers and stuff than you do. And so they just have such a huge advantage. Even with the poor AI, it takes you a while to whittle it down. But I think we have time for another mission. Yeah. Unholy Quest.
Taros appears invincible now and seeks a swift conclusion.
Our senior warlocks have determined that a monument dedicated to Belial, built in the proper location, will provide final, certain victory for our unholy quest. Greymandros, wizard of Taros.
But Ahriman would meet this heretical construction on their sacred ground with a fevered resistance.
Alright, so in this mission, what we need to do is, as pretty much every mission, we have to kill most of the Ahriman forces. We don't necessarily have to destroy them completely, because the victory condition is basically building a Temple of Belial on top of a plateau nearby. So your scouting party atop of the plateau may come under attack. Save them if you can. Fortify the country near Loken. Build an army to take hold of the plateau. Once there, use your Dark Priest to build the temple. Protect the Dark Priest and Loken. Okay, very good. So the Dark Priest, he can only build that. Save my force, huh? I don't really care. So yeah, Ahriman's got a pretty good thing going for him this time. Sucks you can't... because he's in the way, I can't actually build anything. There. Dark Priest is a high-level unit. Later on, you can use him to build things. He's got 3 different attacks you can set him to. Each one, the farther right it is, the higher damage it does. He can't help build one of those, though. He can, however, help you explore a little bit, because he's a flying unit, so that's pretty useful. Alright, so those are the things that I'm going to need to make. I'll take 1 or 2 of these. And then, for now, I'm just going to have him build a lot of zombies. Just to make sure I have plenty of units. Come on, Loken. I don't know if I talked about this one, but it works the same way. The higher the attack, the more damage it does. His highest attack is like a Nova. It goes out in a circle and damages anything near him. While it's good, it'll also hurt your own units, so it isn't always optimal. I'm gonna go ahead and build a deal there.
I'll be there.
Let's see. What I want to do is do some more exploring. So first, I'm gonna explore over that way.
Hail to thee!
I'm gonna send out some units here to help protect this caged demon. Use my Dark Priest some more to try to find more of these lodestone locations.
As you wish. As you wish.
Yeah, the zombies don't really have a big
As you wish.
ability to... Or they don't reveal much of the fog of war, so it's not as useful. Alright, Mr. Dark Mason, I have a role for you. Please come over here and build this. If you can. We'll send some zombies out here. Yeah, they're over here fighting wolves. Just like the last map, there's going to be these wolves out there causing you trouble. Not too important.
What?
Alright. Time to start building some of these. I think those iron beaks worked pretty well last time. Where are you, Loken? Please help him out. Actually, where is why don't you come down and build this? That really isn't a very good place for my my priest there.
I'll be there.
I don't want to actually lose him, and I don't want him to die either. Let's see, is this almost done? Now you do get more units as time goes on. So, what's going on here? Something. You do get more units as time goes on. Yeah, just more of these. We'll set them over here for now. Let's see. Is there any more things I can do here? Why don't you do some more exploring down that way? See if you can't find anything else.
What now?
I'm gonna go ahead and set one of these here, just to have a little extra protection for that one. We're also gonna build a temple. I don't think I'm gonna build some. Oh, you can also do a spawn of Belial. This is like the ultimate unit in the game, and I'm not gonna do that. Or if I do it, maybe I'll do a separate video and I'll come back to this mission and just show you what the spawn of Belial is like. In fact, if I do that, what I'm going to do is get rid of... I'm probably just not going to do it. It takes forever, and it's really not needed. Like, you can very easily destroy everything. But it literally takes, like, almost probably an hour to build one of those. And it's, like, really way overkill. But one of those units can go through, if I remember correctly, it kind of runs around and it kills anything it hits. Melees is like a one-hit kill, but then it also has it has these, see how far that range is? What are you doing? Get the catapult. Good job, friend. Yeah, you can get that little Belial, and it is cool. But, like, in the multiplayer, those were always available to try, if I remember correctly. But no one ever did it, because it sucks all your mana, and you'll be dead long before you ever have a chance to actually get it. So, it's not really actually that worthwhile. Not that worthwhile. So I think I need to do something better than that. Oh, yes. Why don't you go help him with I'm gonna go help him with this temple, but I think I'm gonna actually get another abyss and start making skeletal archers, because I just like those better. You know, it's probably a smarter idea to go after these things. Very good. So what do we have here? Just more Lich than that. There's good units that come out of that, but I just don't really like either of those. So one of the things you can do is you can clean up stuff. You can get rid of these little doodads, and that way you can actually build something here. Nope, still not looking good. So many of these trees here. It's somewhere to build it. Alright, that'll work. Yeah, I don't like either of those, but I'll have them go help with this. Let's get rid of some of these guys here. Yep, if the builder dies while it's building, it just fades out of existence and you waste all your mana. It does take a while for a building to fade, though. Alright, we're gonna do some skeletal archers. We'll leave that going for now. Even though it's, you know, if it's just a little bit negative, you can do it for a while before your deal actually gets completely depleted. All right, so where's that priest? I think we're pretty safe now. That's probably all the guys. So all we need to do is build this Temple of Belial. Make sure there's plenty of units patrolling around so that anything that shows up won't be able to do anything. I'm pretty sure I already killed all the Aramon stuff, though. Now, you see, that's one of the things that's kind of funny, is it's showing an Aramon build animation, even though it's Taros. I don't know why they did that. It might be a bug or something, I'm not certain. And that's it. Another mission done with. Not too hard at all, huh? I think there's enough time for one more mission for this video. Things are going pretty well so far. But yeah, you can build that Belial, and it's kind of neat. Maybe I will do it at some point and kind of show you what it does, but it's not that interesting. I'll think about it, though. I'll think about it. Alright, now to play the next mission. The Aether's Fury. One of the things that's kind of funny about this mission is, even though a couple missions ago, basically this is going to have to do with them getting a gunpowder unit. So they went and killed the head alchemist for Taros did anyway a couple missions ago, but it ended up not mattering at all. The expansion pack explains how that might work out, but suffice it to say, Taros' killing of the head alchemist ended up being in vain. Oops.
On the beleaguered Ahriman side, welcome news of hope. From atop the gates of Caerluin, King Elson himself shouted out the good news to the anxious throng below.
Men of Ahriman, rejoice! A mage weapon to win all wars is now ours. The Aether's fury has been tamed, and the reins to control it are now in our grateful hands. Citizens, even as the monsters of Taros darken Kiran's basin, our forces await them with savage new instruments of destruction. We are saved. Elson, Mage King of Ahriman.
Ahriman had discovered gunpowder.
Alright, so this is a mission where you don't actually build anything. Like he said, Ahriman discovered gunpowder, which means you get cannons now. And these cannons do a ton of damage. They are devastating, and they have extremely long range. It's quite impressive how big their range is, actually. So basically, all this mission is meant to do is there's like some token resistance that's sent on the sides. But mainly, you're just supposed to sit here and watch the cannons destroy everything. And they do quite well. So Tarosian troops are headed into the pass from the east. Destroy them with your new cannons. Watch out for small flanking attacks. Yeah. So you can watch them do that, and it's just like... It does splash damage. So it really does a number. So what you want to do here on the side is just kind of pull these guys up a little bit. You don't want your... So one of the things that are quite useful, actually, in this one, is you have... Here's the tracking arrow, which it won't miss. It'll actually hit them. And then you have the paralyze arrow. Paralyze arrow is pretty useful, and, although it's really expensive, so typically on the multiplayer, it wasn't really worth it, because they just run out of it anyway. Some more of these guys going up here. So they would just use the tracking arrow, but in this mission, the paralyze arrow can actually be pretty useful. Yep, so that's basically all you have to do is just sort of watch them blow stuff up. And they just run forward, getting devastated. You really don't have to do anything. This mission's funny. It's like the developers were just like, hey, look at this cool unit that you now have. That's the only purpose of this mission. I mean, it's kind of hilarious, actually. And they get better, too, so once it starts racking up kills, but it takes a lot of kills for a cannon to get that gold star or whatever. It's like, the campaign level design is not as good as like some of these other RTS games. There's really, and this mission especially, it's like it's playing itself basically. Everything's already organized for you, and they just do this stuff on. Oh, you gotta watch out for that. Because the cannons will turn around and they'll kill your own units. So I better put them to defensive because
My mate door.
not really that tough, though. I mean, they just kind of threw it in there to make you feel like you're doing something. I mean, yeah, you sort of are, but not really. And those paralyzed arrows get done with pretty quick, so you want to,
On the move! Moving out.
you want to be careful with them.
On the move!
But they are useful. They're more useful in this mission, probably.
I'm going!
Yep, killing that guy. I think they got one of, oh, they got one of my horses. Where is he? You really just gotta get vision. Come back over here, barbarian. No reason to. And that's it. That mission's all she wrote for that one. I'll think about it. If I might go build that Belial from that one level and just have a really short video showing you how it works. It takes a little while to get that going, but it should be easy enough to do. And probably what I'd want to do is let them just build for a while, so that I can just, that way the Belial actually has something to destroy. But we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, folks, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Later, folks. Later.